An Ohio man charged with raping child allegedly killed victim's relative and himself weeks after being released from jail. Now, if you guys don't know, Wesley Thomas here, a 34-year-old man, did the unthinkable, the most disgusting and heinous thing against the child. And then, after being released from jail, he went to the relatives of the victim's house, took that person's life. Welcome to Religion Week TV, where my spiritual ears stay. Shalom and welcome to my channel. And you know what? If you don't already know by now, you're watching ReligionWinked TV. Thank you so much for watching my channel and stopping by. If you guys will subscribe, like, share, and comment down below and let me know how you feel about this guy so far. And I will get into the rest of this video with you, because this guy, his legacy is going to be, I can take the life of another person. I can take my own life, but prior to taking my life and that person's life, I can victimize a child, and then upon my death, be charged without committing a sin. Guilty, set free. Except in the case of the Messiah, we know he was basically innocent, committed no crime, but yet his legacy is that everybody that hang on a tree after him is cursed, right? And our legacy is our ancestors did no wrong, committed no crime, but yet we keep being passed down this alleged teaching of the church that the Messiah was crucified, so why not you? You did no wrong, but your legacy is going to be you're the most wickedest people in the world, unlike, undesirable, your proverbs and bywords and all this other stuff, right? While these people in the court of law, surrounded by a jury of their peers, do the most demonic, wickedest things in this world, and upon his death, they find this man guiltless, y'all, and he will not be remembered as an R word to that child, and probably on books, neither a murderer to a suicider to himself and a murderer to the other person. Alright, yeah, so he gets to be remembered on books now, because we all know him to be the devil that he is. You can just see the lost soul. Look at his eyes. They are the windows to the soul, right? So anyway, let's go ahead and get into this. I was not going to do this video for you guys, but I want to bring attention to the wickedness that is still going on in this world against children, okay? If not for nothing else, pay attention to what's going on to these children around you. And maybe, like the old African proverb says, it takes a village, it takes a whole country, it takes the world in these last days to raise these children, right? Especially from people like this guy right here, Wesley Thomas, a 34-year-old Ohio man accused of raping a child earlier this year, allegedly shot and killed one of the alleged victim's female's relatives before turning the gun on himself. And this is all based on authorities. This is coming out of Law and Crime by Jerry Lambay, September 14th, 2022 at around 12:01 p.m. And you know what? The devil got 66 comments over here. You see that, y'all? I'm trying to tell you, the spirit thereof, this entity, is being pushed in the masses, trying to fear people, trying to intimidate people, trying to deceive people, because fear is false evidence appearing real. But in some cases, reality sets in, and these demons and the thoughts that they have in their head, they carry it out in real life. And that's how this man, Wesley A. Thomas, they say 31 in one place, 34 in another place. Oh no. Wesley A. Thomas and a 31-year-old woman were discovered Sunday at a wildlife preserve in what investigators believe to be a murder-suicide. Now, I'm going to go ahead and see if we can listen to some of the body cam here or footage.
Put your hands up!
So this is Ashtabula County, all right? And the prosecutor is Colleen O'Toole. Now, I don't know who's following who here and what video this is of, but we're gonna watch it anyway, right? Some extra tea for you. Now, I don't know if they get them to the place or if this is part of the story here. It's in the same, feed here. But I don't know if they're chasing them to the wildlife preserve place. I don't know why they get up on the side of them and put no tracks down if this is part of the case. How soon do they get to the spot where in this wildlife preserve area before he's able to take his life and the other lady's life, right? Like, I have questions. Is he about to turn and exit off into this wildlife preserve? How come the cops don't bum rush or, I don't know how many cars are chasing. We only see one angle here, but it looks like this could be a wildlife preserve. Let's see. We'll double check, all right? But they're pulling over. I don't know, guys. You let me know if it's part of the story or not. And if not, I'll cut it out. And if not, let's just watch it anyway, y'all. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out how would they both be dead if somebody's driving. Unless this took place prior to. Oh, hell. Yeah, this might be it, y'all. This might be it, y'all. Oh, damn. Oh, my goodness. Y'all see that? Oh, no. Oh, y'all see that? Now, okay, we got a little action going on. But I still don't understand how this person driving takes two people's lives.
Put your hands up!
It does look a little wildlife. It looks like a little preserve area off the highway.
Driver, step out!
Maybe the driver did the person somewhere else.
Keep your hands up!
Oh no, who is this, y'all?
Face away from me and walk backwards to me.
What?
Walk backwards. Back to me.
God have mercy today. Child, who was that? So, according to Colleen O'Toole, she reportedly confirmed to the Cleveland ABC affiliate WEWS-TV that Thomas in June was taken into custody after an Ashtabula County grand jury indicted him on 4 counts of first-degree felony R of a minor. Now, if that didn't look like Thomas to me getting pulled out their car. And why would Thomas be released if he had, been already in custody? Why not just, you got him in there, try him, just send him on, you let these people have an opportunity to get out to do worse. It's crazy to me. So the alleged R victim was reportedly a girl under the age of 10 years old, and I'll try to keep her information as private as I can. An unnamed passerby at approximately around 8:20 a.m. on Sunday called 911 and reported seeing 2 deceased bodies in the New Lyme wildlife area. So there's this area in Ashtabula County, and that's Ashtabula County, according to the Sheriff's Office Department, who responded to the area where the bodies were spotted, all right? Now, upon arriving at the scene, deputies reportedly found Thomas and the female victim lying next to the minivan. So, obviously, what we just saw earlier in this video was not the minivan, all right? And with that being said, authorities said both appeared to have sustained gunshot wounds to the head and were pronounced deceased I'm just changing the word from DEAD, on the scene. Investigators reportedly now recovered a handgun that was located next to the body. And going further on and into this report, they're going to say, he could have tried to prevent it. They're going to talk about how the bond was originally set at like $75,000. Um, the investigators of the Ohio Patrol's Warren District Office of Criminal Investigations and the Ohio Department of Natural Resources Wildlife Division have reportedly taken over the investigation, as they should, right? FBI, get everybody up in there. But again, his peers in the court of law, a jury of his peers, those that have the right to charge this man with the crime against the 10-year-old girl, feel he's worthy, he's entitled, he's supreme enough in death that he should not be charged with that crime. So, a spokesperson for OHP, they told the Star Beacon that investigators believe Thomas and the woman were unalived or dead early Sunday morning. Now, Thomas, he was released from jail on August 19th and was awaiting his criminal trial after common pleas judge Thomas Harris reportedly reduced his bond. The original bond now was set at $75,000 and allowed him to be released on his own recognizance. So this judge is maybe a P word too. This judge may support acts against children, because if this judge wasn't siding with this man, he would have left him in jail and he wouldn't have been able to get out to do this and possibly something else to other children while he was out since August 19th. Right? Now let's look at this right here. On about August 18, 2022, based on the evidence-based risk assessments, okay? Evidence-based risk assessments. They try to be so technical when they know they screwed up or let some things go on longer than they should, allegedly. Mr. Thomas posts a low risk of reoffending. Bullcrap. Somebody selling weed posts a low risk of reoffending too, but y'all keep them in prison for 300, 500 years now. Right? Just barely making it legal. So anyway, that's why I like doing these reports. It's not to really point out the necessary crime. Well, it is to point out the unnecessary crimes that's being happening here, but it's to show you when it comes to white people doing crime and having a negative, wicked, cruel, and inhumane behavior and characteristics about themselves, to when it comes to black people acting normal and civilized and ain't out here, I'm talking ancestors coming on through since the Messiah, who did no sin but yet was crucified. We get this kind of mistreatment in the same courts of the laws amongst our jury peers of juries and theirs as well. Juries of peers and theirs as well, right? Y'all don't be editing out my flaws, so I refuse to edit out everything from YouTube, okay? So anyway, quote, the court modified the bond by agreement of the defense and the prosecutor as he qualified for pretrial release and complied with the terms of the bond, including rigorous reporting standards and 24/7 GPS monitoring with a $75,000 personal recognizance bond that he posted, consistent with Ohio law. It doesn't matter, change your laws. Crimes against children should be the ultimate law. Y'all talk about there our future, but yet you, the people that sit in these courtrooms, wickedness seated in high places, allow this behavior to repeat itself. It's called recidivism. Because y'all won't nip it in the bud and knock it the hell off. Why? Because the devil's agenda has always been about the children any way he can. Every 2-year-old Hebrew male child and every other child at this point. Because what the devil will do will take some of his own as collateral damage, get them out the way to get more of yours, right? So O'Toole also reportedly confirmed that the rape charges against Thomas will be dismissed due to his death. Now you hear it, right? Come on, Miss Colleen O'Toole. Are you seriously? Are you serious? Quote, as the investigation develops, we will learn more about the tragic facts of the case. You know enough. He just got out of jail from doing this to a young lady, a young girl, a 10-year-old. My condolences go out to the family members and the victims of the tragic situation. But your laws won't go out to make these demons pay. Even in death, this man should be charged. It should be on his record. It should be held and nailed to his forehead and over him on a cross, like y'all nailed that sign over the Messiah, talking about he was the King of Kings of all that Jewish stuff that y'all want to perpetuate in the church. Well, we should be able to do it to these people and say these are the demons of the world who perpetuate wicked behavior, cruel and inhumane injustices against their own people, and you better believe damn well yours if you let them keep getting their hands on them, okay? Now, according to the Beacon, Thomas was required to remain confined to his sister's apartment in a certain place called Orwell, wear a GPS monitor on his ankle, and not have any contact with the alleged rape victim or the 31-year-old shooting victim as conditions of his pretrial release. And somehow he got out, released by the courts, able to get in their vicinity, even with a GPS monitor, ankle bracelet, and all this other stuff on, right? That GPS couldn't detect he had a gun. So I'm not with all this technology. It's all about money. It's all about showboating. It's all about thinking they can solve crimes. Come on, y'all. It's all about thinking they can solve crimes real, like some high M16 kind of way. It's ridiculous. They can't deter the wickedness of a person's heart. They can't monitor that evil. You can't put a GP once you know and learn what the wickedness of the world is. You can put a GPS on it, which is called discernment of the Most High God, but you can't identify in the flesh most people who say they go to church, say they love Jesus, God this, God that, but somehow manage to let these kind of demons and people get into their lives somehow. Quote, he did not have access to the victim. Oh, really? Well, maybe the 10-year-old girl, and hopefully no other. O'Toole reportedly told the station that she was taken from custody in early April with children's services when the allegations first arose. So he had no access to the victim. So they might have been in close cahoots, living together. Maybe the relative, he was dating the relative. I'm not sure why he would want to take the relative of the victim. Y'all sound off down below if you know, all right? So a second child was also reportedly taken from the home and placed in the care of children's services. So this house was infected with evil, all right? The children's relationship to the deceased woman was not specified. So I don't know if it was a relative. I don't know what, but the reason why I wanted to do this video is to let you guys know that this guy is not going to be charged with the young 10-year-old girl's crime of R and her, allegedly being in jail, being out on bond, having access to a gun, which should have been some of his recommendations for getting out, not being around the gun, right? But at the end of the day, be able to take a 31-year-old's life, his life, and then not be charged with the crime of the 10-year-old that led up to all of this in the beginning. How hypocritical of these people when the Messiah, the first, the original, did no crime, no sin, and got crucified on the cross. And his legacy is that he was a cursed man. Anybody that hang on a tree, that Bible says in Galatians is cursed. And so they felt the need to treat us like that all throughout history, even unto this day, because some people go to jail for weed or just argument or, getting into it with the police, not physically or whatever, and they spend a lifetime in prison. Their legacy is, oh my God, they broke the law. Oh my God, they said something wrong. Our ancestors was just being dominant people, rearing and tilling the land like God told us to do, right? And they felt something wrong with us, and our legacy is always going to be to them on paper, but not in spirit, that we're the wicked people of the world. The crimes we do don't match up to nowhere what these people do, right? So according to a report, and I'm skipping through some of this, you guys can check out the whole entire video link down below, or report link down below. According to this report from Cleveland ABC affiliate I want to say 010 or W010, Thomas in 2013 pleaded guilty to 3 counts of endangering the welfare of a child in Pennsylvania. So he's covering the state, y'all. Check your children, ask them, in the words of great Antonio Davis, what's his name? Anthony Davis, hide your kids, hide your wives, and hide your husbands if you got to. Because it's people like this guy right here. Oh, yeah. Expose him, y'all. Wesley Thomas. The biggest demon probably this side of hell now, because that's where he at. And that's the kind of thing like they want to perpetuate in the lands, right? On earth as it is in heaven. They want you to think heaven is like hell. Hey! Now that's a word. Oh, Holy Spirit, thank you. That's why, oh God, that's a whole nother teaching for a whole nother day. Now I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know one more time that this woman, Colleen O'Toole, the prosecutor for the freaking Columbus, Cleveland, or wherever they at, out there where the beacon is and where this took place, right? O'Toole also reportedly confirmed that the R charges against Thomas will be dismissed due to his death. I'm going to leave this question with you guys right here. Should this man be charged with the R crime against the young 10-year-old, or should it be dismissed in the court of their wicked ass law? Sound off down below. Let me know. God bless you. Thank you so much for listening, watching. You've been tuned into ReligionWinked TV, where my spiritual ears stay. Alright guys, remember, stay blessed, stay safe, and always stay connected to the Most High God.